When I got this new rifle in my hands, the Aero Precision 7mm short action ultra mag, or known as the 7 SAUM, I knew I was going to have to do some hand loading. So I dove down the rabbit hole, got a hold of one of my dear friends, Austin. So I reached out to Austin in hopes that he'd be willing to help me with load development of this brand new 7 SAUM. So this is that journey, me diving down the rabbit hole of reloading. And oh boy, is it a dark, deep rabbit hole. Enjoy this video of the load development of my all-new Aero Precision 7mm SAUM. What's up, guys? So we are down at my buddy Austin's house. We're going to do some reloading and load development for my brand new Aero Precision Solace Hunter 7mm SAUM. My buddy Austin is a long-range competition shooter, so a little bit more educated on this kind of stuff than I am, and he's definitely kind enough to help out with all of this stuff. So glad to have him on the side so I can get all the education and stuff to get this rifle shooting good for Spring Bear in just a week. So hopefully we can get a load found today, get it dialed in. We have two different bullet options. The 168 Berger is definitely my preferred bullet that I would like to shoot, but I also brought the 160 Nosler Accubons because I know those things are tried and true, and we can definitely probably make that thing work. But I want that 168 Berger for this year for sure. And then we've got a couple different powders to kind of go through. He's got an idea of one that's going to work pretty well, so hopefully we can find something that's going to shoot this rifle, and we can get a zero here pretty soon too. So stay tuned. This is going to be a fun experience for me. Just kind of going through the reloading process or loading process and a load development process. So I hope you guys enjoy it. So stay tuned. Thanks.
We're going to put a bullet in here. We're going to measure it. And then we're going to take it out. We're going to put another one of these pieces on here. And then we're going to put a case in there. And we're going to slowly put this in there on the live primer. And then we're going to block this up where we're supposed to measure it. And then we're going to take it out. We're going to have this part to this part. We're going to measure that. And then we're going to measure the base to tip on one of your bullets. And we're going to add that to this measurement. And that's going to be your overall length, or COAL.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Chinese, but I'm with you, dude. I'm here for your support.
I'll call it 1429 because these tips are just a little bit different on each one. I don't know if you can really see it. So this is your, they call it COAL. And this is how the furthest your bullet can be loaded out while it's touching the lands. So like we have this in here like this. This measurement is the furthest it can be loaded out, and that'll be jumping 0 off your lands. So we're going to go back from this measurement down to 3204. That's going to put us 60 thousandths off the lands. So, and then once we get it down to that, then we'll try and take a measurement off your ogive, which is basically where the bullet actually starts to touch the lands. And there's a certain point on here where your bullet grows bigger than that diameter, the 284, and that's where it'll actually start making groove marks or engravings in here as it travels through the lands. .04. That's not too bad. This one's all the PRC and all those cartridges, and I haven't done one on here yet, so they're stiff the first couple of times. You throw them in here. It's nice though. It's nice to have a new one. So we're just gonna throw that back on there because it's gonna go right back to where we want it. So our next one is 54.6, so we're just gonna go up.
One full grain.
I'm gonna back this way off. We're just gonna let that sit down on it.
Okay.
So it needs to be even further backed off. Alright, so somebody's gonna comment on this calipers I'm using because I didn't want to take my gauge off there, so back using those cheap calipers. You know, they measure just the same.
Step one, don't ever read the comments.
We don't have to get, you know, too out of control with it. Once we start actually using the overall length for like tuning the load in, then we'll get a little bit more crazy as far as like everything being perfect. For right now we're just doing load testing and stuff. We're trying to find 2893, and from our measurement that's exactly where we want to be. So one thing we'll do is we'll come down about halfway and we'll come back up, and then we'll turn this.
What's that do?
It's just going to make it more concentric in case there's any misalignments with the die or the press.
I see. I'm gonna load the mag with olive A.
One thing I will say is if you do go to your next shot, don't chamber it because you don't want to cook off that round.
So just one at a time?
Well, you can put them in your mag all at once, just don't put your next one in there and wait.
I think I know what you mean.
Yeah, because you get your heat build up in the first couple inches of your breech here.
Okay.
So if you chamber around, it starts heating that powder and that.
I'm just gonna do one at a time because this magazine's brand new and it's kind of a bit.
Yeah, you probably have to file down the lips and stuff on it just to keep it smooth.
And then I'll just hand load one at a time.
Yeah. Yeah, I have to file all of mine.
Makes sense. Okay, you ready?
Yep.
We're just about 2 inches low. We don't touch it now, right? We just
keep going.
Just shoot him. Do you give it time?
Yeah. How are you looking down there?
It's pretty bad.
Pretty bad?
Yeah. Is that normal? Obviously, just getting. You want to see it?
Yeah.
It's probably a 1-inch triangle. You want to shoot the next group? You totally can.
Sure.
Okay.
That is actually.
What's a good sign?
Well, you got kind of like a perfect triangle, so that means that everything's pretty consistent.
Okay.
What's going on down there? So, I mean, just from what I see, a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Focus. Well, so we just shot the first group of our load development, which was load development A. What powder were we?
What's that?
What powder was that
I
one?
believe that was 55.4.
55.4 grains of the Hodgin 4350, and we got like a perfect triangle going on. Austin said that's a good sign. I don't know. I'll just trust him. Now for focus. Now for load development B.
Yeah, so we're just looking for pressure signs, either ejector marks, or we're looking for where the primer strikes, where the firing pin strikes, seeing how far it's been volcanoed out, or seeing how flat the primer is. Just looking for different signs of pressure.
That one looks good?
Yeah, it looks great.
No wear signs, no pressure signs?
Nothing at all. This is actually really low, so.
So that means that it's safe to now take our increments and go up.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, that should be better. So we just shot load B, which is the second load, and Austin shot this one because he's just way more of an experienced shooter than me. This is his home range, home turf, so he's going to be a better shooter. All three of those shots were just touching. I don't know the exact increments. I would have to, actually I do. I took a picture of it, sent it to Zach and Bobby. Here we go. So load A was mine, and it was probably a 1-inch triangle, probably right at MOA, was 55.6 grains. Next one, load B, the one that Austin just shot, and they're all touching same hole. That's really, really awesome to see. 56 grains of Hodgin 4350, and then the 168 Berger Hybrid Hunter. So we're moving on to 56.4, and then 56.8, 57.2. We're going up in 0.4 increments, but that one that Austin just shot is 56 grains, and then he's going to come down here now, and he's going to shoot the 56.4. So I'm just going to let him keep shooting this. I trust his judgment. I'm not saying that I can't shoot it, but he's shooting it. So we're going to go to 56.4 next, and then 56.8. So here we go. Here's 56.4. Let's go.
I mean, it's still only a half-inch group, but it definitely started opening back up again.
Okay, let me step out here into the sunlight, or face it at least. So we just finished up all of our loads into increments of 0.4, and we're going to walk down to the 100-yard target and take a closer look at them. We got two groupings that we really like. Load B, 56 grains on the nose, was absolutely the best, and then 57.6 was another one that Austin liked a lot too, thinks we can tighten that up even. So we're going to head down the range, grab the target, and then do some measurements and see what's going on downrange, and then hopefully we can pick one and then send it through a chrono and see what's going on with it. So we're going to head down, take a look at it.
Or from that, so it's You're just below 3/4 on that one. So it's really up to you if we want to try and use
I mean, that one is just,
yeah,
how you don't get better.
that's a really nice group for, I guess I should have covered that one up, but
Yeah.
I guess we'll see what the speed is on it and see if you like it, and
Yeah.
go from there.
Okay.
All right, we're back into Austin's reloading area, and we picked, I picked accuracy over the velocity, and I'm gonna go with the 56 grains. We're just gonna throw it in the chrono and see if we're like super unhappy with it or if it's gonna work. But we went with the group that was touching, the 56 grains, which was group B. We're going with that one right now. We're gonna load up a couple of those and then send those through the magneto speed. So next up, chronograph down at the range. We'll see you guys down there. Okay, time for velocities. Magneto speed, Austin's mounting that right now, or just the chronograph. And then we're gonna get velocities on that group, the B grouping. So the 56 grains on the nose. Time for a velocity check. Here we go. The shortcut's supposed to be faster than this, or is 4350 faster?
I would imagine the 4350 on the burn chart is faster.
Oh, okay.
So, I have to look at it again, but I think they're pretty close. Alright, you ready?
I'm ready.
You're right on the money.
What was I saying?
You said 2820.
Oh, cow.
Is that a duplicate on top?
Okay, so just shot a 3-round group through the chronograph, and we got a duplicate of 2836 on the last two, and then that first one 2824. Again, this is a 7 SAUM pushing the 168 Berger hybrids, or the VLDs. Super popular bullet for the 7mm caliber in general, or the .284. So I think I'm pretty happy with that, especially with the group that Austin had with those bullets in that load at the 56 grains of powder. So it's 56 grains of the 4350, Hodgen 4350, and I'm super happy with it. I think the 2840 is a more than capable velocity for Western big game North America. So I think I'm happy with it. Austin, do you have anything to add on that? What would you do?
No.
Think you're pretty happy with that?
Yeah.
You were saying it was pretty safe load,
Yeah,
right?
I would say it's safe. It's absolutely safe to get this round wet and still chamber it and not run into pressure issues. If you try to go to the top end of, whatever you're going to try to achieve, like if we went to that top load, you get that thing wet, it overpressures, you run into a lot of issues, you can't get your bolt open, you can't take that correction shot later on, and it might just ruin your hunt. So it's always better to stay on the safe side of things. And
how do you feel about 2840? That right in that general, is that more than capable?
Yeah, absolutely. With the BCs that you're pushing on those bullets, absolutely. It might be slower than a lot of people would want, but the accuracy wins all. So yeah, you can go real fast and accurately, or a little bit slower, more accurately. So.
Yeah, I think I know which one I would choose.
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, that's it. I think we're gonna head back into the reloading room. Maybe talk over some final details, but I think I'm pretty happy with that load in general, and maybe we'll just load a bunch of those up and get ready for spring bear. But all right, we'll see you guys back in the reloading room.